Okay, so I am so excited. This is the very first time I was successful at making the cauliflower pizza crust. And when I say successful, I mean I'm able to pick up this crust. It is crust. It feels like the crust that you would buy from the grocery store that you have to like just heat up. Normally it's like sticking or it's really thin, but this time, one thing that I did differently was I did not make it as the diameter or the surface area as large as before. I would normally just try to like cover it out and be thin, 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 but no, I kind of cupped it when I was making the circle here, and that added a little bit of thickness. So I would say that's at least, a quarter to a half an inch thick max maybe. It's not completely even, but I tried to make it even when I was pressing it out. But I actually gave it some edges. Let's just say that. I gave it some edges. That helped. I cooked it a little bit longer. So I did 15 minutes on one side and then 15 on the other. And so that's why it does look a little brown. But using this pan that has holes, it kind of adds a little bit more crispiness. So I think this is amazing. I am so happy. I'm so proud. Yes, yes, yes to this pizza crust. I know I'm gonna be able to cut into it and pick up my pizza crust. Like, look, I know it's breaking a little bit already, but that's just because when I flipped it earlier, I wasn't being too delicate with it. But this looks good. Grab all of my ingredients. Yes, one-stop shop. And I'm frugal and I like to save, but I was able to actually go to Publix and get all of these fresh ingredients and this pizza sauce for under $30. The first thing you want to do is prepare your cauliflower before blending. You want to cut it up into small florets and then rinse it in hot water and vinegar. And while you're rinsing it, you can break it down some more with your fingers. Once in this small form, it makes it easy to process down into a minced form. Okay, and so now I'm going to blend the cauliflower using my Ninja blender. I just have a pretty standard Ninja blender. As you can see here, it's a professional 900 watts. And I have my cauliflower, and so I'm not gonna be able to put this all in at once. I'm just gonna put a little bit in, blend it up, dump it into a bowl, and then keep going from there. Let's say I'm going to fill it up to the max fill line right here. And give it a little shake here. This is honestly really good and easy to do. Wow, I'm so shocked. Last time I did this, I put a lot of the cauliflower in there, and I'm doing this now, and it's taking seconds just to blend because I broke down it into small florets, and I'm using less in the blender. So it's kind of like having your own food processor. So not as good as a food processor, of course, but you can use this blender for more than one thing. And so I'm all about minimalism and getting multiple uses out of my devices, especially cooking ones that take up a lot of space. Okay, I'm not going to bore anyone with the rest of this, but I'm going to finish this and get on to making the dough.
So the next step is to heat it up in the microwave for 5 minutes. You want to cook it down to kind of dry it out and get all that moisture out. Cauliflower, like most vegetables, is made full of water, and so you want to cooking it in the microwave kind of steams it, or you can steam it, or I have seen that you can actually saute it on the stove. I think the microwave just makes it a little bit easier, and since I have the glass bowl, it's safe to do that. So I'm going to put it in the microwave for 5 minutes, and then when it's done, there may be some excess liquid. I'm going to dry it, squeeze it out with paper towel, and then prepare it for the actual dough.
So the pizza crust calls for cauliflower, egg, and cheese, and it's recommended to use a hard cheese like Parmesan, and so I'm going to use Parmesan cheese, and I prefer to buy the cheese in like a block form and grate it up myself because it has less preservatives, and so that's healthier, and it's a little bit cheaper. So that work that I'm actually doing to grate it goes into the cost, but although I'm adding more time into my cooking, I'm actually saving my life by eating a little bit healthier and having less preservatives. So yeah.
Once your cauliflower is cooled down, Take the time to squeeze out the excess liquid using a flour sack dish rag. I purchased mine from Walmart. This step is really key. Taking out that moisture allows the consistency of the crust to be thick and sturdy. To form the crust, all you need to do is combine the cauliflower, Parmesan cheese, 1 egg, and your desired seasonings. When you mix it up in the bowl, it won't seem so sticky like regular dough, but when you press it out, it will form together and very nicely. Here you can see me cupping my edges, creating that 1/4 to 1/2 inch thickness for the crust. I'm baking into the oven at 425 degrees for 15 minutes on one side, then flipping it over and doing another 15 minutes. That gets a nice even consistency. Once that's done, I let it cool before I add my toppings. I just start with the base of pizza sauce, about 1/4 cup, then about 1/2 cup of cheese, the more the better, or the little, whatever you want, and then whatever toppings you desire. Put it back in the oven for about 5 more minutes until it's done. Here's what the final product looks like. It came out so well.